think the terrible towel is just so tremendous.
And this was Myron Cope's baby. He wanted this terrible towel to be known as not only something that tied the Steeler fans to their team, but something that went beyond that and tied Allegheny Valley School and the people we serve to the Pittsburgh community.
The individuals that are served at Allegheny Valley School are mentally retarded. Many have multiple physical handicaps and medical complications also. It's a very, very vulnerable population.
And Myron was so proud of that. It was his biggest concern with these kids. And he has left such a legacy.
His vision will be, in the later years, maybe more for AVS than what he did for the Steelers.
It gives new meaning to a vision of Amber Wade. They are seemingly everywhere. That was certainly true the evening the Pittsburgh Steelers won their 6th title. It was the first championship my father did not witness. My dad created the terrible towel, a piece of cloth now interwoven within the fabric of what many call the Steeler Nation. But this is not a football story. It is, however, one that is uniquely mine to tell. I'm Elizabeth Cope, Myron Cope's daughter.
That was a shovel pass here to me, you know. That guy flat as a mackerel. The Steelers look like they may come back.
I remember in kindergarten he had to say what our fathers did, and I always said that he got dressed up in a suit and he left. He went to work. Everyone always teased me at school, actually. They would always say, "This is Myron Cope on sports."
He ended up doing color for the Pittsburgh Steelers.
Dan Rooney is the current owner of the Steelers and a lifelong friend of my dad.
And it just hit.
They've always introduced me as the legendary Myron Cope.
He was just so uniquely him.
Yoy and double yoy.
Well, it was by far the most distinctive voice.
Joe Gordon served as public relations director for 29 years.
It was the most lovable voice in the history of Pittsburgh.
The Steelers, I'd go in their 4th Super Bowl victory.
It sounded like he had 1,000 razor blades in his voice box.
Bill Hillgrove was my dad's radio partner and, more importantly, a lifelong friend.
It was like people acquire a taste for Scotch. Even women who were afraid of his voice for some reason, when they learned that they were getting something from him as fans, learned to acquire a taste for that Cope voice.
Well, it's kind of funny. In a way, my brother is responsible for my dad having such a great career because he was a writer and he didn't really have that much interest in broadcasting. And the only reason he took it is because of the health benefits that he needed for my brother.
His family, you know, with the challenges that they had, they were close-knit. His bond with his son Danny was uncanny.
He was a great family man, and he wanted to make sure that Danny was always well taken care of.
This is my brother Danny. I can remember one time in a grocery store when my brother had a really bad time. He kicked someone, I think. He kicked like this old lady, and she goes, "I can tell there's something wrong with him," but she's like, "You really should just keep him in." And I remember getting back out to the car and my mom started crying.
When Myron Cope came into my office to discuss our facility, when he was looking at a number of living situations for his son.
Regis Champ is the CEO at Allegheny Valley School.
The other provider basically had told Myron that his son really was not going to progress. We reviewed Danny and we felt that we had a place for him here. And Myron, in just a few years, was, I can safely say, amazed at the changes in Danny. And he really turned into a person that really blossomed and is actually living a very full, comfortable life.
I don't know how he came up with a towel.
December of '75. And it was a meeting at the radio station.
The program director at the radio station came to him and said, "We got to get a gimmick for the playoff game."
And my dad said he wasn't a gimmick guy.
I'm not a gimmick guy.
I'm not a gimmick guy.
And they said, Myron, your contract's coming. Oh, yes, I can probably.
He wanted something easy to carry to a game, something that everyone could get a hold of, nothing real expensive.
And Larry Garrett said, how about a towel, a black or gold towel? And immediately, Myron said, the terrible towel.
The terrible towel is special to Pittsburgh, special to the Steelers. And it is really the symbol of Pittsburgh and Pittsburgh sports.
My recollection of Myron will always be that he was a good person. He understood the meaning of life. He understood the real meaning of things. And when he was outside that camera and outside that microphone, he made tremendous things happen for people who might not have a chance had it not been for Myron Cope.
In 1996, my dad made a decision that would forever change the true meaning of the towel.
Myron was very generous. In fact, he donated the funds that came through the terrible towel to Allegheny Valley School and some other charities. In 1996, that changed fairly dramatically with Myron walking into my office and throwing down a file of legal documents and saying, I'm donating the terrible towel trademark to Allegheny Valley School.
He just gave everything to us, and that terrible towel means so much. My name is Phyllis Lorraine Grant, and I brought my son along, Christopher Allen Grant. What Myron has done for this school and for his son also, it gives me the chills.
I'm Thomas McGrail, and this is my son Tommy. My son's been here at Allegheny Valley School for 26 years this month.
I'm Diane Barna, and my brother is John Dizrak. Well, this is my brother John's home. This truly is his home. He's been here for a very long time. He moved to Allegheny Valley School as a child. This is his family, second family.
Every time I think of it, I say, my wife and I are very blessed that Tommy is here. We can think of no other place that he could possibly be that would be as good for him.
Hope and courage. My name is Leo L. Lohr, and my son is Terrell DeMond Lohr. You have to have courage to do the things they do. From the staff to the residents to the parents.
Well, the people who work here are just amazing, and that's the biggest group of heroes, other than the Pittsburgh Steelers on the football team, are the people who work here and dedicate their lives.
All the way up. One. Good job. Very good.
My son needs 24-hour supervision, and at Allegheny Valley School, I know he gets it. He gets the medical care. I have seen group homes out in the community, and to be truthful with you, I would not put my son in them.
There had been in Pennsylvania a number of state schools for the mentally handicapped. And we visited one time, and my wife and I, in the brief time we were there, we saw physical abuse of one of the residents, and we thought, you can't do things like that.
Those are old and bad memories, but it's memories that we pretty much put behind us now. We're hoping that we never have to return to that. And in a difficult economy, that's something that we are very concerned about.
The money from the towel provides renovations for the facilities, things that maybe aren't as appealing to a donor that might think donating a wheelchair for an individual is a great thing, but maybe donating to have the roof fixed on one of the group homes is not so appealing. Those types of things, Myron has been able to provide for the school with his wonderful donation.
That he had great vision. He had vision to what the towel would do and what it could do and what it should do and what it will do.
Getting to know all the parents, and they're all so thankful for Allegheny Valley School. Thankful.
I'm sure there are many who wonder what Myron Cope would say about the latest title. Deep down, each of them knows the answer. They just ask the question in hopes of hearing that voice one more time. Most will remember him as the Pittsburgh Steelers announcer or writer, or the inventor of that terrible towel. But now we all know that Amber Wave will forever have new meaning.